we have ended up living together here, in the centre of a dark pine wood, where the sun never shines.
Because the shade is too thick.
And no breeze ever blows.
Because the boughs are too deep.
Culladurca, the most solitary and silent place in the world.
Except for the noise of the two men we married, thinking.
Philosophers.
Aren't you lucky to be married to your one who's wiser than anything but the salmon who lies in the pool of Glencagney, into which the nuts of knowledge fall from the hazel bush onto its banks? For this.
Being married to a man that can instantly resolve any difficulty submitted to him, even by woman.
Did our mothers, elders of the Sheen, not warn us against marrying for love?
So we didn't.
No!
And what did it get us? We married our two fine philosophers because we asked them the 3 questions nobody had ever been able to answer, and they were able to answer them.
And so incensed were you at being answered that you married one of them in order to pinch me in bed.
So did you, not realising either of us they had such thick, impenetrable skin they felt nothing.
And how did they repay us? Kisses? Affection? This?
And this?
Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah!
Children, extraordinary but not unnatural, born on the same day, at the same hour.
It seems they are only different in a single respect. One is a boy and the other a girl.
Oh. To have a boy is pleasing, for there are too many women in the world.
It is pleasing also to have a girl, because you can never have too much of a good thing.
How has this happened?
You'll be sure to get the blame for it.
Children? I didn't bargain for this.
They were gotten under false pretenses.
We were respectable married women, now look.
We were tricked into maternity by the pair of you.
You can cook for yourselves from now on.
This is pleasant news indeed, for neither a one of them can prepare a decent meal.
Shh! Say nothing, for they'll surely insist on their right to cook should they imagine we dislike the results.
Why is it you think that I prefer your child to mine? Strange, for I much prefer yours to mine.
You know what I saw yesterday?
Not much, because you're a rabbit. You live down a dark hole.
Well, I saw the 2 children from the little house find sunlight in the clearing.
Well, if they lived up a tree like a sensible animal, they'd already know what the sun was.
I won! Come here, man.
Who are you, sir?
My name is Micheál McMurhu, and I seek Culladurca and the 2 wise philosophers who lived here.
They were our fathers
Were?
One of them decided to die.
when we were 10.
He called the household together. announced that the time had come when he must bid us all goodbye.
It is my intention to die as quickly as might be. It is an unfortunate thing that my health at the moment is more robust than it has been for a long while. But that, of course, is no obstacle to my resolution. For death does not depend upon ill health, but upon a multitude of other factors, the details whereof I do not wish to trouble you.
I applaud your resolution. It is high time you did something. Before our marriage, you stole 1,400 maledictions from me, for which you had no use. And then you presented me with a child, for which you also had no use. All things considered, the sooner you die and stop talking, the sooner everybody concerned will be happy.
Brother, by what steps have you arrived at this commendable resolution?
I have attained all the knowledge I am fitted to bear.
Oh yeah.
In the space of 1 week, no new truths have come to me. All that I have thought has been but a recapitulation of old and wearisome ideas. Goodbye.
Brother! I might observe, not in order to combat your views, but merely to continue an interesting conversation, that there's still some knowledges which you have not assimilated. You do not yet know how to play the tambourine, nor how to be nice to your wife, nor how to get up first in the morning and cook the breakfast. Have you learned how to smoke strong tobacco, as I do? Wisdom may not be the end of everything. Is it not possible that the ultimate end is gaiety and music and to dance of joy?
Brother, if in my latter years I am reduced to playing on the tambourine and cooking your breakfast in the grey morning, then it is indeed time that I should die. Goodbye.
What is next to be done?
Our brother is dead. Bury him.
You are my husband, and you are dead.
And you are dead.
His wisdom has killed you. Had you listened to my wisdom instead of your own, you would still be a trouble to me, and I would still be happy. Women are wiser than men because they know less and understand more. You will never get another pine cones while the fire is going down, or call my name in the empty house, or be angry when the kettle is not boiling. Now I am desolate indeed. I have no husband. I have no knowledge. I have no more to say. If I had anything better, you should have it. Thank you. My husband's meditating. We may be able to annoy him. Do not trouble yourself. I am past enjoyment, and am, moreover, a respectable woman.
I'd be the last body in the world to deny that.
Very well then.
Oh.
The end lies concealed in the beginning. All bodies grow around a skeleton. Life is a petticoat about death.
You alone are the blame for these bereavements! Waste of power!
Mammy buried them beneath the hearth.
That was yesterday.
Is your father fit to see perplexed visitors?
He likes to give away his knowledge. He says, you must be fit to give before you're fit to receive.
And knowledge becomes lumber in a week. So therefore, get rid of it.
And Mammy says, the scalp of your enemy is precious!
I'll speak to your father then so. God be with all here.
God be with yourself.
The reason I came here today was to ask your honoured advice about my wife's washing board. The last time she used it was when she washed out my Sunday shirt and her black skirt, the one with the red things on it. You know the one.
I do not.
Doesn't matter. The washboard is gone. And my wife says that he was either taken by the fairies or by Bessie Hannigan. You know Bessie Hannigan. She's whiskers like a goat and a lame leg.
I do not.
Doesn't matter. She didn't take it. My wife got her out for 2 hours yesterday and kept her talking while I went through everything in her bit of a house. The washboard wasn't there.
It wouldn't be.
Maybe your honor could tell a body where it is then.
Maybe I could. Are you listening?
I am.
Washing is an extraordinary custom. We are both washed on coming into this world and on going out of it. And we take no pleasure from the first washing, nor any profit from the last.
True for you, sir.
Many people consider that scouring supplementaries to these are only due to habit and the follies of our forefathers.
I wouldn't say a word against that, sir.
Cats are a philosophic and thoughtful race, but they do not admit the efficacy of either water or soap. And yet, it is usually conceded that they are cleanly folk. There are exceptions to every rule, and I once knew a cat who lusted after water and bathed daily. He was an unnatural brood, and ultimately died of the hat staggers.
Why wouldn't he? To be sure. Have you got a map, sir?
I have not. Any fool can wash himself, but every wise man knows that it is an unnecessary labor, for nature will quickly reduce him to a natural and healthy dirtiness again. We should seek, therefore, not how to make ourselves clean, but how to attain a more unique and splendid dirtiness.
Yeah, about that washboard,
It doesn't matter. In its proper place, I do admit the necessity for water. As a thing to sail a ship on it can scarcely be surpassed. As an element wherewith to put out a fire or brew tea, it is useful. But in a tin basin, it has a repulsive and meager aspect. Now, as to your wife's washboard.
good luck to your honor.
Your wife says that either the fairies or a woman with a goat's leg has it.
It's her whiskers.
Ah. Their name?
Have it your own way, sir. I'm not certain how the creature is afflicted with this.
You say that this unhealthy woman has not got your washboard. It remains, therefore, that the fairies have it.
It looks that way.
Did you leave out a pan of milk on last Tuesday?
I did then.
Do you take off your hat when you meet a dust twirl?
I wouldn't neglect that.
Did you cut down a thorn bush recently?
I'd sooner cut my eye out.
Did you kill a robin redbreast?
Never! But by the pipers, that skinny cat of mine did catch a bird on the roof last week.
Now we have it. It is the leprechauns of Gort La Cucamora that took your washboard. Go to the Gort at once. There is a hole under a tree in the southeast of the field. Try what you will find in that hole.
I'll do that. Have you ever...
I did not...
Wife's little washboard, I've come to take you home to do some lovely scrubbing in a bowl of dirty foam. Where do they have you here, the nettles, briar and dock? Aha! Is this your stowage place? Begone! A golden crock! The philosopher be praised for what's beneath his hat. There's mighty stuff between his ears and the power of stolen washboards in that.
No! I ask ya! What is a leprechaun without a crock of gold?
Yes!
What? A crock which has taken the community many thousands of years to amass? Stolen! A leprechaun without a crock of gold is like a rose without perfume.
Yeah.
A bird without a wing.
Yeah.
An inside without an outside.
And your crock is to ransom paid should a big person ever get a hold of you.
Not that they ever do.
No.
But there was no retrieving our crock.
No.
Nightly, we all visited the dwelling of Meehan McMurray in an attempt to recapture our treasure. Meehan understood the customs of we earth folk very well.
Hadn't he buried the crock beneath the thorn bush, thereby placing it under the protection of every fairy in the world, including our own selves?
Could only be removed from beneath the bush by human hands. Now, in stealing Miha's washboard, we'd been quite within our rights. Because our bird had undoubtedly been slain by his
Slain?
So we afflicted Mihal with an extraordinary attack of rheumatism. And his wife with an equally virulent sciatica. But got no lasting pleasures from their groans. Could we be blamed for what we then did to McMurray?
McMurray was the father to one child only, Kathleen, and she was the most beautiful girl in the whole world. Pity of it being, no one at all knew it, not even her own self. Now, Kathleen helped her father in all the small businesses on the farm, and every day drove 3 cows and 2 goats to pasture on the mountain slope.
But to change the subject, it so happened that the leprechauns of Gort McCluckamora
Shut up. Weren't happy for the philosopher for having sent Miha McMurray to our fields.
No.
And we were unable to direct a personal hostility against him because the Tin Woman of Inish McGrath,
Tin Woman,
would surely have protected her husband, herself belonging to the she of Crogan Congalia.
Yeah.
Who is relatives in every fairy fort in Ireland.
One of us, therefore, was sent to interview her. You.
Go on. You got no problem. And you lock up as well, though. Get over here.
It was here that through the summer days, the years had passed in a slow, warm thoughtlessness. For a long time I was happy enough with our 3 cows that would prance in the bracken and push their head against my breast, or my goats that would look up at me as they chewed their cud. Then one day, as I lay amongst the long warm grasses, I heard a song. It was not a bird. I stood up and saw my goats dancing from the folded little hill, more wildly excited than I'd ever seen them before. A strange elation caused my feet to dance. I yearned to the music of my ears and lips. Then I saw a figure rise over the fold of the little hill.
What is your name, shepherd girl?
Kathleen Nini Verku.
Daughter of Muruku, I have come from a far place where there are high hills. The men and the maidens who follow their flocks in that place know me and love me, for I am the master of the shepherds. They sing and they dance and are glad when I come to them in the sunlight. But in this country, no people have done any reverence to me. The shepherds fly away when they hear my pipes on the pastures, and the maidens scream in fear when I dance to them in the sunlight. I'm very lonely in this strange country. And you, although you danced to the music of my pipes, you've turned your face against me and done no reverence.
I'll do what you say if it's right.
No. You must not do anything because it is right, but because it is your will. Right is a word, and wrong is a word. But the sun rises in the morning, and the dew falls in the dusk, without thinking of these words. Pan, 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 half goat, half man. I give a little whistle, then maybe eat a thistle, and leap from rock to rock, a horny god amongst his flock. I am your permission to lose all inhibition, libidinous, rancid, weird, with a tickling curly beard.
I'm afraid of you.
You fear me because my legs are shaggy
like the legs of a goat. Look at them well, O maiden. You know that they are indeed the legs of a beast. And then you will not be afraid anymore. Do you not love beasts? Surely you should love them, for they yearn to you, humbly or fiercely, craving your hand upon their head, as I do. If I were not fashioned thus, I would not come to you, 'cause I would not need you.
I don't understand what you want me to do.
I want you to want me. I want you to forget right and wrong, to be as happy as the beasts, as careless as the flowers and the birds, to live to the depths of your nature, as well as to the heights. Truly, there are stars in the heights. Wondrous deep are the depths, and very fertile is the lowest deep. The name of the heights is wisdom, and the name of the depths is love. How shall they come together and be fruitful if you do not plunge deeply and fearlessly? Come away with me, shepherd girl, through the fields, and we will be careless and happy.
I will go with you. Not because I understand your words, nor because of love, but because you're naked and unashamed.
Oh my gosh.
You know, don't eat this with your food.
Woman, I need your help. Our crock is stolen. Me or McMurku. Your husband's doing.
I am desperately grieved by this whole unpleasant transaction. And all my sympathies are with Gorton at Cumorah, but any responsibility of the matter relies on my husband, the culpable person. And I have no control over his mental processes to set things right. He is presently away visiting some distant idea. So for the moment, nothing can be done. Sorry.
Will you?
God. Hey, it's this way, please. Just back to where we were.
We're sorry about your crock of gold.
It's a really sad story.
What's your name? Seamus Beg, sir.
'Tis a small name.
It's what my mother calls me.
What does your father call you?
Seamus Owen Muldoon O'Carville Mendroid.
'Tis a big name. What's your name?
Bridget Bjug, sir.
What does your father call you?
He never calls me at all, sir.
Well, Seamusine, Breedine, you two are very lovely children, and I like you a lot. Help be with you until I come calling again.
Can you play a game with us, sir? A game cheers us up when we're sad.
Have you ever played leapfrog before?
Never.
Sure, I'll show it to you. Sean, I need you to bend down just like this. Seamusine, I need you to run on just a bit down that way and bend down just like your sister. Then I run over and jump over your sister's back and jump over yours. Now, Bridgetine, you do the same. Jump over your brother's back and then you jump over mine. Then we keep going.
Woman, you ought to be in bed.
Ought I indeed? I'd have you know, I'll go to bed when I like and get up when I like without asking for your or anyone else's permission.
That is not true. You can sleep whether you like it or not, and she's waken again without your permission being asked.
Did you know Leprechaun came here today?
I do not. It has been suggested that we go to sleep at night because it is then too dark to do anything else. But owls, a venerably sagacious folk, do not sleep in the nighttime.
Are you going to listen to what I'm telling you about the leprechaun?
I am not. In certain ways, sleep is useful. It is an excellent way of listening to an opera. As an accomplishment, it is graceful. But as a means of spending the night, it is intolerably ridiculous.
Will you ever be done talking?
I will not. But you should always remember that quietness is the beginning of virtue. To be silent is to be beautiful. Stars do not make a noise. These are serious truths which cannot be controverted. Therefore, if you were going to say anything, my love, please say it now.
A leprechaun from Gorton Cluckamona was here today. Oh, they'll give it to you for robbing their pot of gold. He went off with the children, and they haven't been seen since. The leprechauns of Gorton Cluckamona have kidnapped our children.
Kidnapping has been for many centuries a favorite occupation of fairies, gypsies, and the brigands of the East. The usual procedure is to attach a person and hold it to ransom. If the ransom is not paid, an ear or a finger may be cut from the captive and dispatched to those interested, with the statement that an arm or a leg might follow in a week, unless suitable arrangements are entered into.
Do you understand? It's your own children that's been kidnapped.
I do not. This course, however, is rarely followed by the fairy people. The victim is retained in their duns or sports until, by the affluction of time, they forget their origins and become peaceable citizens of the fairy state.
Will you listen to me?
I will not.
True. There was once one of the children I hated. My own child. But as I've forgotten which one that is, I've been compelled to love both of them for fear of making a mistake and chastising the child whom my heart adores. Therefore, I'm concerned about both of them. I'm going to summon that leprechaun none can galley against you. Just tell that to your 5 ugly brothers. Farine and Gort, Bullawallia, next Bullawallia. God be with you, Mihal.
God be with yourself, ma'am. I am in great trouble on this day.
Sure, why wouldn't you be?
Came up to have a talk with your husband about a particular thing.
Well, if it's talk you want, you've come to a good house, Mihal. I can get the reek of his pipe from here. Let you go on into him. For the sound of your 2 voices will give me a pain in the head.
I come on account of my daughter Coughlin. She's missing. And if you were to give me an advice, I'd be greatly beholden to you.
I can give you that.
It was powerful advice you gave me about the washboard. What I came about was my young daughter Coughlin. She's missing. Sight or light of her I haven't had for 3 days. And my wife said, first she said she was taken by the fairies. Then she said she went away with a traveling man who had a musical instrument. And then she said maybe the girl was lying dead in the butt of a ditch somewhere.
Daughters have been a cause of anxiety to their parents ever since they were instituted. Indiscretions bristle from a young girl the way branches do from a bush.
That unfortunate daughter of mine is lying dead.
It doesn't matter. Given their nuisance, many races have endeavored to place some limits to the increase in young females. Certain Oriental peoples have conferred divinity on crocodiles, serpents, and tigers of the jungle, and have fed these with their surplusage of daughters. But, broadly speaking, if daughters had to be curtailed, I prefer your method of just losing them.
I give you my word, sir, I do not know what you're talking about. It's my daughter, Coughlin. She's missing. Maybe she is lying dead in the butt of a ditch and the crows are picking out her eyes.
What did she die of?
My wife only put it that maybe she was dead, and that maybe she went away with a traveling man who had a musical instrument. She said it was a concertina, but I myself think it was a flute he had.
Who was this traveler?
I didn't see him, only heard him playing. Thin, squeaky music like he'd be blowing from a tin whistle.
Did you happen to look at your goats?
I couldn't well help but doing that. They were pucking each other across the field and standing on their hind legs and cutting such capers that I had a pain in my stomach from laughing at the gait of them.
Most interesting.
Do you tell me so?
I do. Most races of the world have at one time or another...
My young daughter Coughlin, sir.
I'm attending to her! Most races of the world have at one time or another been visited by this deity whose title is the great god Pan. But there's no record of his ever having journeyed to Ireland, and certainly within historic times he has not set foot on these shores. He has lived for a great number of years in Persia, Egypt, and Greece.
Is he one of the old gods, sir?
He is, and his coming intends no good to this country. Have you any idea why he should have captured your daughter?
Not an idea in the world.
Is your daughter beautiful?
I couldn't tell you that. Well, she's as strong as a man. She can lift a bag of meal under her arm easier than I can. But she is a timid creature for all of that.
Whatever the reason is, I am certain that he has the girl, and I am inclined to think that he was directed to her by the leprechauns of the Gort. You know their feud with you ever since their bird was killed.
I'm not likely to forget it, and them racking me day in and day out with torments.
You may be sure that if he's anywhere at all, it's at Gortna Clacamora he is. For, being a stranger, he wouldn't know where to go, unless he was directed. I'd go myself and have a talk with him, but it wouldn't be a bit of good, and it wouldn't be any use your going either. He has power over all grown people. The only folk who can go near him at all are little children, for he has no power over them until they grow to the sensual age. I'll send my 2 children with a message to him, saying that he isn't doing the decent thing, and if he doesn't let the girl alone and go back to his own country, we'll send for Angus Oak.
He'd make short work of him, I'm sure.
He might surely, but he may take the girl for himself all the same.
Well, I'd much rather he have her than the other, for he is one of her own after all. And the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
Angus Oak is a god!
I know that, sir. It's only a way of talking I have. And besides, how is your honour going to get at Angus? For I heard say that he hasn't been seen in 100 years. Except for one night, when he talked to a man on Kilmashoger for half an hour.
I'll find him, sure enough.
I'll warrant you will. Long life and good health to your honour.
We live as long as we are let. Life runs to death as to its goal, and we should go towards that next stage of experience, either carelessly, as to what must be, or with a good, honest curiosity as to what may be.
Do you tell me so?
I do.
Your children have been returned by the little folk. No thanks to yourself.
They made us shoes and funny hat. They said to get in the wrong side of money in
Whoa!
the sea.
Fairy shoes? Oh. They might take you anywhere indeed. But it doesn't matter. Pursuant to an arrangement I have made with Mihal McMurphy, I must send you in search of a sylvan deity. Adhere to the following instructions. Let the pair of shoes find you a path of cloven hooves.
Shamseen and Cricket, you're most welcome.
Shepherd girl, who are these children?
Children of the philosophers of Kyladurka. Decent, poor children, God bless them.
What have you come here for, little children?
My father sent me to see you, sir, and to say that you were not doing a good thing in keeping Kathleen Numuraku away from her own place.
Your father came to see our father and said that maybe you were lying flat in a ditch with the black crows picking at your flesh.
And what did your father say to that?
He said to come and ask her to go home.
Do you love your father, little child?
I don't know.
My father's very wise,
How do you know that, little boy?
because he's always talking.
Do you always listen, my dear?
No, sir. I go to sleep when he talks.
Oh, I go to sleep too.
That is very clever of you both. Do you go to sleep when your mother talks, too?
Oh no, if we went to sleep then, our mammy would pinch us black and blue.
And what do you like best in the world, Seamus Blake?
I don't know, sir.
I don't know what I like best either. What do you like best in the world, shepherd girl?
I don't know. Yet.
May the gods keep you safe from that knowledge.
Why did you say that?
It is the beginning of knowledge, but not the beginning of wisdom.
And what's the beginning of wisdom?
It is carelessness. Here, little children, have some fruit and then go home.
What should we tell our father, you said?
Why, nothing, of course.
Nothing! He said nothing! My dear, you must go and order Pat to relinquish Kathleen!
Me? I'm a respectable married woman that, having been already bereaved of my wisdom, have no desire to be further curtailed of my virtue. And even if I'm married to a fool, my self-respect has survived even that calamity.
Your age, appearance, and tongue are sufficient guarantees of immunities against the machinations of either Pan or slander. If you will not go, it is incumbent on myself to lay the case before Angus Oak and implore his assistance and protection on behalf of the clan McMurphy. Therefore, bake me 2 cakes of bread for the journey, and I will be gone. Viewed as a protective measure against atmospheric rigor, we find that many creatures grow some kind of exterior panoply, which may be regarded as their proper clothing. Bears, cats, dogs, mice, sheep, and beavers are wrapped in fur, hair, fell, fleece, or pelt. So, these creatures cannot by any means be regarded as being naked. The fact that man is born naked and does not grow his clothing upon himself from within, but collects it from various distant and haphazard sources, is not any reason to call this necessity an instinct for decency. These, admittedly, are weighty reflections and worthy of consideration, but we must inevitably proceed to the wide and thorny subject of moral and immoral action. Now, what is virtue?
Virtue is the performance of pleasant actions.
What? And what by this vice?
It is vicious to neglect the performance of pleasant actions.
The idea of virtue has animated the noblest intellect of the world.
No, it has not animated them. It has hypnotized them, so that they have conceived virtue as repression and self-sacrifice as an honorable thing instead of the suicide which it is. Life is already very simple. It is to be born, and to die. And in the interval, to eat and drink, to dance and sing, to marry and beget children.
That is sheer, unredeemed animalism!
It is whatever name you please to call it.
You have proved nothing!
What can be sensed requires no proof.
You leave out brains! I believe in mind above matter, thought above emotion, spirit above flesh!
Of course you do.
Hussy! She does not deserve to be rescued. But I will rescue her. Indeed, she does not want to be rescued. Therefore, I will rescue her. How shapely she was. As beautiful. Oh, Kathleen. What's this? No, concentrate on deep philosophic maxims. Like Kathleen, naked in my arms. Oh. No. I am bewildered. Is a mind so unstable that a mere figure, an animated, geometrical arrangement, can shake it from its foundations? A puff, and the mind is gone. Beneath all lies chaos and rat anarchy. Over all a devouring and incessant appetite. It would be terrible if I did not feel so full of amazing well-being. Nudity is naughty, it is said, but only to the construct of the head. My body, I'd suggest, seems to like a naked breast, and with another body go to bed. Who wants to think how dull when the sunshine is bathing the hills and everything looks so freshly made and new? The glory of it!
Good morrow to you, sir.
Good morrow to you too, ma'am. Sit down beside me here and have some of my cake.
Oh, why wouldn't I, indeed? There's a taste on that cake. Who made it?
My wife.
Well, now, do you know, you don't look a bit like a married man.
No?
Not a bit. I can tell a married man from a bachelor any day.
How?
Easily. A bachelor man looks at you very sharp and looks away again and then looks at you the way you'd know he was thinking about you, and that's why women like them.
Do women like bachelors better than married men?
They wouldn't look on the side of a road a married man is on if there was a bachelor man on the other side.
This is very interesting.
How long have you been married now?
I don't know. Maybe 10 years.
Oh. And how many children do you have, mister?
I never had more than one.
Well now, 10 years married and only one child. What were you doing at all? But the way I see it is, married or not, you're a bachelor, man. Knew it the minute I looked at you. What sort of woman is herself?
She's a then sort of woman.
Is she now?
And the reason I talk to you is because you're a fat woman.
I'm not fat!
You are fat, and that's the reason I like you.
Oh, well, if you mean it that way.
I think women ought to be fat.
Tell you the truth, I think that myself. Now, I never met a thin woman, but she was a sour one. And I never met a fat man, but he was a fool. Fat women and thin men, 'tis only nature.
It is.
Oh, you villain!
Forgive me if I have alarmed your virtue.
You may be a married man, but there's a lot of bachelor in you all the same. Oh, sorry, dear.
Such conduct as mine was not right, and yet, nor did my kiss matter in the least. My beliefs are undergoing a curious change. To feel so well is sufficient in itself. Thought, as we know it, is a disease and no more. Now, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, finding Angus Oak. Could be anywhere. Angus! Angus Oak! Angus! 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 I found you! I had something to tell you. Oh, yeah. Pan has deflowered Kathleen McMurphy. But now that I think of it, it doesn't really matter.
Alas, I found no person to listen to my pipings.
to you, daughter of Muraku?
I do not know who you are, sir.
I cannot be known till I make myself known. I am called Infinite Joy, O daughter of Muraku, and I am called Love.
I also am called Love, and I'm called Joy.
Singer of the vine, I know your names. Dare desire, fever, lust, death. Why have you come from your own place to spy on my pastures and quiet fields?
The mortal gods move by the immortal will, and therefore I am here.
And I am here.
Give me a sign that I must go.
It is a sign. The voice of Dana speaking in the air.
It is a sign. The voice of Demeter speaking from the earth.
Go!
Can a spear divine the eternal will?
The girl will choose between us, for the divine mood shines in the heart of man. And we will speak the truth to this girl.
Can the gods speak otherwise?
Daughter of Muraku, will you come away with me from this place?
I don't understand. Why do you both want me? I've given myself to Pan and his arms are about me.
I want you because the world has forgotten me. In all my nation, there is no remembrance of me. I, wandering on the hills of my country, am lonely indeed. I am the desolate god, forbidden to utter my happy laughter. I hide the silver of my speech and the gold of my merriment. Where I have kissed, a bird has flown, and where I have trod, a flower has sprung. But thought has snared my birds in his nets and sold them in the marketplaces. Who will deliver me from thought, from the base holiness of intellect, the maker of chains and traps? Who will save me from the unholiness of emotions, whose daughters are envy and jealousy and hatred? Who plucks my flowers to ornament her lusts, and my little leaves to shrivel on the breasts of infamy? I am sealed in the caves of non-entity until the head and the heart shall come together, until thought has wept for love and emotion has purified herself to meet her lover. Tirno is the heart of a man and the head of a woman, until the head of a woman and the heart of a man are filled with the divine imagination. I sing to ears that are stopped, eyes that are sealed, so that the hand of innocence may reach to the stars.
Stay! Don't go.
Your beloved is yesterday and tomorrow. He is the nether and the upper millstone, and I am crushed in between until I kneel again before the throne from whence I came.
to stay your people, less is stumble. When your boyfriends are all gods and you have to pick and choose, I guess if they're celestial, you cannot really lose. Catch them by their hoof or toe. Eeny, meeny, miny, Angus, so.
Daroma. Big people.
It'll be understood that when the leprechauns of Gortha acted in the manner about to be recorded, we were not prompted by any lewd passion for revenge,
We were not.
Not at all, not at all.
but a community of leprechauns without a crock of gold is a blighted and meriless community.
Yeah.
And they are certainly justified in seeking assistance of any kind for the recovery of so essential a treasure.
Yeah.
Well put. You put that well, so.
So,
They did.
the steps whereby the leprechauns of Gortha
Wish.
Stop it.
sought to regain our property need not brand our memory with odium.
No, we were driven to it.
Yeah, we are.
It should be remembered in our favour that we were cunningly and cruelly encompassed. Not only was our gold stolen, but it was buried in such a position as placed under the protection of our own community honour. And the household of our enemy was secured against our active and righteous malice, because the Tin Woman of Inishmacra belonged to the most powerful she of Ireland.
We had no choice, like.
Tis in circumstances such as these that dangerous alliances are made.
Yeah.
And for the first time in history, elemental beings
Shut up.
invoked a bourgeois assistance. We was loath to do it, and justice must record the fact.
Yeah.
We were angry.
Yeah, we were.
We were.
So yes, we're guilty. And yes, we are repentant.
Yeah.
But it has to be seen that there were mitigating circumstances.
Mitigating.
And when the leprechauns of Gortha found we were unable to regain our crock of gold by any other means, we then laid anonymous information at the nearest police station showing that 2 dead bodies would be found under the hearthstone of the hut of Culladorca, and the inference to be drawn from this that these bodies had been murdered by the philosopher for reasons very discreditable to him.
Yeah. We did that.
Children! Wife, I cannot say how joyful I am to see your good face. When I came last night from the place of Angus Oak, I was bidden say to you that the grey of Maha had neighed in his sleep, and that the sword of Lay clashed on the floor as he turned in his slumber, and that a son would be born to Angus Oak and his wife Kathleen, and that the sleepers of Erin had opened their eyes.
Oh, husband! Oh, your words thrill in my heart like music. Oh, all the birds of the world are singing in my soul, and I bless you because you have filled me with hope. Oh, the world does not contain an equal of you in your comeliness and goodness, and I am myself unworthy of such a maid.
There he is! Get a hold of him and let's be out of here! Come on!
Leave on me! No! Oh, that's my husband! A fine and goodly man!
Oh, sorry, it's our job.
What's he done?
Come on!
Nothing yet. Oh, he's innocent till he's proved guilty.
Come on!
So the grave matter has neighed in his sleep, has he? And the sword of Lay clattered to the floor, and the sleepers of Erin have opened their eyes, have they? And my husband not have eaten a thing? No! Run after him with this piece of cake. I'll follow with the stirabouts when 'tis ready. Oh.
It's dark. Which way did they go?
We're lost!
I'm tired. We must find Father. He didn't murder our other parents. They murdered themselves. Come on. Where did they go?
Oh, let's stop for a moment and rest. Then I'll carry on.
Oh, a thorn bush. When I catch up with the policemen, I'll show them what happened. How our other parents went around and around, and Mother and Father, they dug a hole into the heart to bury them. Like this.
What is it? What are you doing?
I found something. Help me dig it up. What is it?
Oh, it's really heavy. Oh, it's treasure! I can't see what colour it is.
I wonder if it's gold. This could have been one end of the rainbow during the day. Come on, we'll take it with us.
It's heavy. We don't know where we are.
We can't leave it here, though. We might never find this place again. Let's take it in turns to carry it. You go.
I'm tired.
I can't carry it any further. Let's leave it here. I hope to find it again tomorrow.
I know where we are.
Where?
Gordon and Clockamora. Look, the tree. Let's knock on the trunk.
Oh, we brought you this, sir.
Oh, you found it? Oh, you found it! Oh,
your shenanigans.
Oh, you found a crock or a crock of gold.
Beautiful
Run, run.
Keep a good grip of that man, Sean.
We got a good grip on him. Isn't he no old man into the bargain?
If he gave you the slip here, he'd vanish like a weasel in a bush. Them old fellas do be slippery customers. Look here, mister. If you try run away from us, I'll give you a clout on the head with my baton. Do you mind me now?
Are we gonna stay here the whole night arguing?
Could you be quiet?
Why are you stopping with the man here the way he wouldn't try to give us a slip in a dark place?
Is it thinking of giving us the slip he is? Sean, take your baton in your hand. If he turns his head to one side of him, hit him on that side.
I'll do that. I will not go another step unless you tell me where you're bringing me and what I am accused of.
Tell me, what did you kill them with? For it's a miracle how they came to the range without as much as a mark on their skins or a broken tooth itself.
Who are you talking about?
It's mighty innocent you are. Who would I be talking about but the man and woman who used to be living with you beyond in the wee house? Is it poison he gave them now? Or what was it? Take a hold of your notebook, Sean.
Well, how would I be writing in the middle of a dark place? And me without as much as a pencil and not a book?
Well, we'll take it down to the station, and himself can tell us all about it as we go along. Move on now, for this is no place to be conversing in. Aren't we in the very centre of a populous fairy country?
And 'tis dark. Sure, we'd arrest and bludgeon an archangel by daylight. Oh. Is there a queer kind of a thing out of us?
Draw well into the side of the road. No, poke your hands in front of you. Keep a tight hold of that man, Sean.
It's a tree! Isn't that enough to put the heart crossways in yet?
I don't quite remember my way about this place. I think we should take the first turn to the right. Wonder if we passed the turn yet. All these crisscross kind of roads are the devil, and it's dark as well. Do any of you men know the way?
I don't know. I'm a cabin man myself. Roscommon's my country. I wish I was there now, so I do.
Well, if we walk straight on, we're about to get somewhere. So step it out. Have you got a good hold of that man, Sean?
I have so. I do not see any necessity in nature for policemen. Crows are a gregarious race. They usually congregate in a ruined tower or on top of a church, and their civilization is based on mutual aid and tolerance for each other's idiosyncrasies.
if policemen were at all necessary to a civilization, crows would certainly have evolved them. But I insist that they have not got any policemen in the Republic whatsoever.
I don't understand a word you're saying.
It doesn't matter. Ants and bees also live in specialized communities and have an extreme complexity of both function and occupation. Their experience in governmental matters is enormous, and yet they have never discovered that a police force is at all essential to their well-being.
You know, whatever you say now will be used in evidence against you later on.
I do not. If crime is a condition precedent to the evolution of policemen, I will submit that jackdaws are a very thievish clan. They're a bit larger than a blackbird and will steal wool off a sheep's back to line their nests with.
I had a jackdaw once. Got it from a woman who came to the door with a basket for forfeits. It would let on it had a lame leg and then it would steal your stuff.
Shut up!
If these people steal both from sheep and from men, I do not see how they can avoid stealing from each other. And therefore, it is amongst jackdaws that one should look for the growth of a police force.
What the devil is he talking about? Do you know what he's saying, Sean?
Not a word. Therefore, I do not see any necessity for policemen and object to their presence.
Sean! If he talks anymore, hit him with your baton.
I'll do that.
What was that? Did you hear a noise?
I thought I heard something moving in the bush at the side of the road.
Yeah, well that's what I heard. Maybe it was a weasel. Oh, I wish to the devil that I was out of this place. Did you hear it, Sean?
I did so. Oh, there's someone in the hedge. For a weasel to make a different kind of a noise if it made any at all.
Keep together, man. Wait. Keep a tight hold of the hand, Sean. And stand around him.
That's your gun for you! There's someone pulling that gun in there! Cut me,
Dave! Yeah. Dave stopped! Are any of ye hurted?
Yes.
Oh, we'd better be getting out of this place as quick as we can.
I've got one of the enemy!
What?
I've got one of them and it's wriggling like it's eating on a pan!
Hold him tight!
I will so! It's a little one by the feel of it! If one of you could hold the prisoner, I'll get a better grip on this one! Keep quiet! I'm telling you! Right throttle you! I will so! Oh, Faith! It's a little boy by the feel of it!
A little boy?
He doesn't reach up to my waist! Hold your head up, Sonny, and talk to the sergeant! Oh, it's not a boy, it's old sergeant! It has whiskers on it!
What? Try again! You're making a mistake!
No, I don't like touching them! Oh, it's a soft whisker! Oh, like a billy goat's! Oh, maybe you try, Sergeant! I tell you, I'm frightened of it!
Yeah, hold him over here. I keep a good grip of him.
Do that!
Oh, it's only a boy size, to be sure. Oh, there are whiskers on it. Oh, what the devil can it be? I've never met whiskers so near to the ground before. Are they false? Oh, they are real whiskers. I wish I knew what it is. I mean, his voice is big enough for two men, and that's a fact. Have you got another match on you?
I've got one in my pocket.
Give me one of them. I can strike it myself. Be sure and hold him tight, Sean. The way we can have a good look at it. For this is like to be a queer miracle of a thing.
I'm holding him by the two arms. He can't stir anything but his head.
Oh! It's a leprechaun!
That's a queer miracle altogether.
Oh, well, doesn't it stand to reason that it can't be anything else? You saw it yourself.
Tell me where the money is at once, or I'll twist your neck off, I will so! Where is it? Where?
Who'd you wished? He can't do the lot, you know, can he?
Tell me where it is at once, or I'll twist your neck off. I'll throttle you. I will so!
I haven't any money, sir.
Tell the truth, or it'll be worse for you.
I haven't any money, for Micheál McMurcoo up the hill stole our crop a while back when he hid it beneath the thorn bush. I can take you there if you don't believe me.
Very good. Come on with me now, and I'll clout you if you so much as wriggle. Do you mind me?
What would I wiggle for? Sure, I like being with you.
Attention! Sean, don't you think we've had enough tramping of these roads for one night now?
But the gold, Sergeant.
If there's gold, it'll be a treasure trove and belong to the crown. What kind of constable are you at all, Sean? Move on now. Bring that murderer up at once. Whichever one of ye has him.
Oh.
Oh! What's wrong with you? Are you hurted?
The prisoner. He's got away.
Got away?
As I was looking at the leprechaun, I must have forgotten all about the other one. I haven't got him.
You come!
Is it my prisoner that's gone? Get up till I give you another one!
Oh, that will do. We'll go home. We're the laughing stock of the world. I'll pay you out for this. Every damn money ye. Bring that leprechaun along with you. And quick, march! Oh. What is it now?
Nothing.
What did you say? Oh, for then, you blockhead!
It's the leprechaun, Sergeant. He's gotten away. While I was hitting the man there. I forgot all about the leprechaun. Oh, he must have ran into the hedge. Oh, Sergeant, dear, don't say anything to me.
Quick, march!
When you trudge back to the barracks with nothing to fill your empty soul, when your handcuffs have no hands in, you're empty-handed, knowing well that naughty people still at large from Derry up to Donegal are climbing grave by starting crawls. What's the point of me in Santa Claus? First of all, the tall and white things.
Officer!
What?
Shh! Officer, you are terribly hard to get into conversation with.
Why? Oh.
policeman stir about? Or you had no time to take your food, God help you!
I am tired enough, for I've been travelling all yesterday, and all this day, and the whole of this night.
Oh. While I was going along, I met these good people celebrating with our children. When I told these good men what had happened, they came with me to see if anything could be done. The time they jumped out of the hedge to fight the policeman, I put some sugar in it and currants. Put a spoon in my pocket.
Oh, it tastes well.
So, we were thinking you won't be able to come back to the house for a good while yet. The policeman will be peeping about Quillardarker for a long time, to be sure. And isn't it true that a good thing's coming for a person? Nobody takes much trouble to find him, but if a punishment is in store, the whole world will be searched until he be found.
It is a true statement.
So, what we arranged was that you should go to live with these little men in their house under the yew tree of the guard. Not a policeman in the world would find you there.
Noble sir, there isn't much room in our house, but there isn't a stint to welcome in it.
Oh, I'd be pleased, but decent men of the court, I cannot go with you, for it is laid on me to give myself up to the police.
What? You would not do that!
It is only on a guilty person that a rigour of punishment can fall, for he punishes himself. A man should always obey the law with his body, but disobey it with his mind. I have been arrested, the men of the law had me in their hands, and I will have to go back to them so that they may do whatever they have to do.
For the love of myself and our children, say you will do no such thing.
Forgive me, dear wife, of all women, dearest to my heart. I must abide with the law, or be at a loss to abide with myself.
Well then, I will visit Angus Oak and implore his assistance on your behalf, your husband. Children, here's a cake each, for we travel this day to seek Angus Oak. Come on.
Hello?
Come in.
What do you want at this hour of the night?
I want to give myself up.
A man as old as you oughtn't to be a fool. Go home now, I advise you, and don't say a word to anyone, whether you did it or not. Tell me this now. Was it found out? Or are you only making a clean breast of it?
Sure, I must give myself up.
Well, if you must, and that's an end to it. Wipe your feet on the rail there and come in. I'll take your deposition.
I have no deposition for you, for I didn't do a thing at all.
Well, if that's so, you needn't come in at all. You needn't have wakened me out of my sleep either. Maybe though, you're the man that fought the badger on the Naas Road, are you?
I am not. But I was arrested for killing my brother and his wife, although I never touched them.
Is that who you are? You're as welcome as the cuckoo. You are so. Come in. Make yourself comfortable. I must waken the sergeant. They'd be pleased to see you. You couldn't make head or tail of what they said when they came in last night. They did nothing but fight each other and curse the banshees from the Cluricans of Leinster. Sit down there on the settle by the fire. You look as though you were tired, and the mud of every county in Ireland is on your boots.
Thank you.
Sarge, wake up. It's the murderer you're talking about. Sean, wake up. Your man is coming in.
What a grand murderer you are! Oh, if ever there's anything I can do to comfort you, I will be sure to do it, and more.
I'm your friend and follower forever. Sure, I don't believe you killed those two people. And even if you did, wasn't they brought it down upon themselves and deserved it?
Yeah.
And sure, if you're hung, won't I plant flowers on your grave? For a decenter, and quieter, and wiser man I've never met, and never will meet again in my lifetime.
Will you stop here for rest now, children?
Tis hot, surely by day. So come far now, ma'am.
Not far.
Far or near. This part is as far as I like to travel this time of year. That's the fine pair of children you have with you there now, ma'am.
They are.
I've tended it myself, and I often wonder where they came from. Tis queer to think of one woman and she making 10 new creatures, and she not getting a penny for it, nor any thanks in itself.
It is.
Jeff, I talk more than 2 words at the one time there now, ma'am.
I do.
Will I give a penny to hear it? For a more bad-natured, press-grained, cantankerous person than yourself, I never met among womankind. 'Twas only yesterday I said it to a man that 10 ones are bad ones, and there isn't anyone could be thinner than you are yourself.
The reason you think that is because you're fat, and you have to tell lies to yourself to hide your misfortune and let on that you like it. And there I leave you, ma'am. You can poke your finger in your own eye, but you may keep it out of mine if you please. And so goodbye to you. And if I wasn't a quiet woman, I'd pull you by the hair of the head up a hill and down a hill for 2 hours. Oh, now there's an end of it. Oh, I've given you more than 2 words. Let you take care, or I'll give you 2 more that will put blisters on your body forever. Come along with me now, children. And if ever you see a woman like children, if ever you see a woman like that sort of woman, you'll know that she eats until she can't stand, and she drinks until she can't sit, and she sleeps until she's stupid. And if that's... Now come here and listen to me! And if that sort of woman ever tries to talk to you, you will know that 2 words is all that's due to them. God help her, and so goodbye! Everything belongs to the wayfarer.
I wonder who owns that cow.
The cow owns herself.
cow have horns? Cow! Why'd you have horns?
Oh, let's be cows and maybe we'll find out.
Welcome.
Tis a great night for travelling, but one gets tired alone. Have you seen any of my people about?
No one but beetles tonight, and they seldom stop for talk. You have rather a good life, I suppose. Always flying about and enjoying yourself.
We all have our troubles.
Do people lie against your back like they lie against mine? Do they steal your milk? It really makes me shudder once people yank my udder, as if I am their mother, pilfering my milk.
I shudder at the spider that swiftly crawls to stride a trampoline of silk to suck up buzzing flies, juices as it dies. That is doubtless why I am arachnophobic.
This cow's back is bonier than anything I've ever leaned upon before, and while thinness is a virtue, no one has any right to be thin in lumps. And on this count, the cow is not to be commended. I'm sorry I said anything now. I am completely unable to bring myself to apologize to a cow. Oh. Come on, we must keep warm. It is not known that fairies seldom dance for joy, but for sadness that they have been expelled from the sweet dawn, and their midnight travel are only ceremonies to remind them of their happy state in the morning of the world, before thoughtful curiosity and self-righteous morality drove them from the kind face of the sun to the dark exiles of night.
Mother, I'm tired. I'm used to being awake at night.
Woman, why do you go abroad on this night and on this hill?
I travel, sir, searching for Angus, the son of the Dag de Moor.
Do you know who I am?
I do not know that.
I am the Absolute. Why have you called to me?
I did not call to you, indeed. But why do you sit on the path so that travellers to the house of the Dag de Moor are haltered on their journey?
You, a woman who walks in the valleys of anger, have called to me in your heart. Therefore, I am waiting on the side of this hill to make you my bride.
What? Why would I marry you, great one, when I'm already married to the finest man in the world? And if you are the Absolute, and above all pettiness, can you not be superior to me also, and let me pass quietly on my road to the house of the Dagda?
I am what all humanity desires. And I desire all humanity. There is nothing small or great disdained by my immortal appetites. Do not be afraid, but come to me, and I will show you wild delights, the likes of which have been long forgotten. All things crude and riotous,
what is gross and without limit is mine. You shall not think or suffer any longer, but you shall feel so surely that the heat of the sun is happiness, the taste of food, the winds that blows upon you, the ripe ease of your body. All these things will amaze you who have long forgotten them. My great arms about you shall make you furious and young again. You shall leap like a goat on the hillside and sing for joy as the birds sing. Leave this crabbed humanity, which is barred and chained away from joy, and come with me.
Is it my anger that has called to you? Oh, you may have it so. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Done with it. Done with it. Done with it. Done with it.
You're free of me until you choose to call to me again. For of all things I am steadfast and patient, and to me all return in their season.
So nice to feel the breeze caresses my naked skin. At home amongst the birds and bees. Oh, what a different world I am in, where certain things I used to be ashamed about, I now am not. And oh, I mean to also be going with a fine-looking god.
My beloved, we will go on a journey tomorrow.
I'm delighted where you go. Oh, friends.
Our help is needed by these people. The time has come. The sleepers are awake. We will go down to the world of men, from our quiet dwelling among the hills, to the noisy city and multitude of people. The head and the heart are ready to be one. Our son will live amongst our people and be at peace.
May the day come soon.
Now shall every kiss I give you become a bird, messengers of love, to go flying with great speed to every rath and glen and valley of air, to raise the she slua, the fairy host. awkward ones? To what lowliness are you bowed? How are you ground between the laws and the customs? The dark people of Fomor have ye in thrall, and upon your minds they have fastened a band of lead. Your hearts are hung with iron, and about your loins a cincture of brass impressed. Believe it, that the free winds are everywhere. The water tumbles on the hills. The eagle calls aloud through the solitude, and his mate comes speedily. Come to us, ye lovers of life and happiness. Leave the plough and the cart for a little time. Come away from the loom and the desk, from the shop where the carcasses are hung, from the place where raiment is sold, and the place where it is sown in darkness. Come away, for the dance has begun lightly. The wind is sounding over the hills. The sun laughs down into the valley, and the sea leaps upon the shingle, dancing, dancing, dancing for joy.